Oh, I forgot to do something. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's what happens when you produce. And you're trying to do too much stuff at the last minute. Welcome to Sports Church, where we gather together at the altar of competition where grown men and women play with balls, drive around in circles, beat the shit out of each other. I'm your host, VRR Mini, aka John Cremering. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly. And I'm OG and one of the founding members of VRR. All right, so we're down Pops tonight. He's a little under the weather, but we still got a lot to cover, and we're gonna go real quick through the auto racing section by just showing you a couple crashes at Talladega, because that's what they do at Talladega. But we're gonna talk some MMA. We're gonna talk some college football. Maybe talk a little. Oh, maybe Dion isn't the greatest fucking coach in the whole world. We're gonna talk a little NFL. We're gonna talk some fantasy. Unfortunately, it's not going well for me today. Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about baseball. I think everybody is officially clinched. I think everybody has. I don't know if the Reds are still trying to hang on or not. I'm not sure. We'll find out though. And yeah, we'll talk a little playoff baseball and have some fun and then call it a night. So without further ado, he's my co-host on The Bar, which gets right here on the VRR every Saturday night at 2100 Eastern Standard Time. We had a great show last night. I ducked out early. The boys went on for a little while longer, but make sure you check it out. We're live streaming to Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Get out on all those social media sites and streaming sites and follow us. It's Veteran Revolt Radio on everything but Rumble. It's Vet Revolt Radio there. And we've got some upticks in followers there. I hope we can get some more. It helps us out. So go over there, follow us, and give us some thumbs up on some videos, especially on Facebook, Rumble, and YouTube. But back to the matter at hand. This gentleman is a United States Navy veteran, a Fleet Marine Force corpsman, hence the name Devil Doc. Without further ado, here's the man, the myth, the legend, Doc. What's up, man?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Bad day, huh?
You
I
could
caught
say that.
that. I caught the news. Oh man, what was it about? Oh, I don't know, 2-3 hours ago, I think.
I was
Uh,
watching the baseball game, and that's when it came up.
yeah, they said it on there. Yeah, I got it on Twitter or X, whatever. I was scrolling through it, and then it said you got a new post, and I hit it. And so, for those of you who don't know, Tim Wakefield, the failed infielder turned knuckleballer, arguably one of the greatest. I think you can make that argument. One of the
Yeah.
greatest knuckleballers. He had some amazing baseball moments. He passed away today from brain cancer. The news broke earlier this week when Kurt Schilling, for whatever reason, blabbed that Tim was in the Hurt Locker and his wife as well, which is I just fucking can't imagine. How does that happen? And it became, instant news everywhere within the sports world, and especially the baseball world. And and then today Tim passed away. So what's up, Bill? How you doing, brother? Kind of a sad day for Sox fans, surely for the Wakefield family. He did a lot of charity work in Boston, a lot of it genuine, a lot of it under the radar. And he's closed some of the most important games in Boston Red Sox history. He also gave up probably one of the worst home runs in Red Sox history. But
No, we still blame that one on Grady Little.
yeah, there you go. Did you know he hit a home run?
Yep.
I did not know that. He did it as a Pirate. And it was his one and
as a
only
Red
home
Sox.
run. Yeah. Well, no, he only hit one home run.
Oh, well, David Ortiz was saying he in a what should have been a clinching playoff game.
Yeah.
He cranked a home run and it pissed somebody off.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not.
He told Roger Clemens to quit being a pussy one time.
No, that's good. Yeah, tell the roided up guy to not be a pussy. He's not going to lose his mind.
He challenged him to a fight.
That'd be a good fight. That would be a good fight. Tim's a bit taller than him, I think, but I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it's sad news, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Next up, our co-host, he's my friend for over a quarter of a century. We served together at the beautiful all-inclusive resort known as 43 area in Las Pulgas. Guest of the most holistic Marine Corps company ever, ammo company, first supply battalion, first force service support group, first Mark Div. We had lots of shenanigans, no evil shenanigans, just fun shenanigans together. And he's our MMA contributor, gambling expert. Please welcome to the Sports Church, brother Bishop Pook Dawg.
Oh, let us proclaim the mysteries of crazy rankings in ESPN, UFC, middleweight category. Oh. So, gang.
What's up, man?
Wow, and he didn't say a damn thing about his Bears. Ooh,
I know.
Why would I?
Because it's not 1985.
Why would I? I was dealing blackjack last night at a casino. Surprise! I was dealing blackjack last night to a Cardinals player that's on IR, and we were talking a little bit about the Bears. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wait, Kyler Murray is old enough to go to a gambling
nobody that big. Safety.
Did he take his sports bra?
Safety for him that's got a high ankle sprain. Javante somebody.
Oh,
gotcha.
But
Javante Smith.
But we were talking about how talented the Bears really are and how good a football team they could be, and how that goddamn Nagy. I know it's ran by another coach, but it's the same. It's the same people. It doesn't matter. It's I know he's going to correct me. Say Nagy's not running the team anymore. It's some other guy. It's the same regime. Total regime change is what they need.
So you're going to kill the oldest living owner in sports?
Yikes.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, when the Tribune Company finally let go of the Cubs, good things happen for the Cubs too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this ownership group entirely over the years they've pissed me off tremendously. I'm talking more about like the plays being called on the field.
Well, I think you guys put faith in a quarterback that couldn't hang at Clemson, couldn't hang at Georgia, and couldn't hang at Ohio State.
He couldn't hang at Ohio State. He did pretty damn good at Ohio State.
Mm.
Yeah, he left early because there was another quarterback coming up to take his spot. Oh, yeah, C.J. Stroud.
Did you think he left early to get drafted? I mean, that's why most guys leave early. He left. See, here's the thing. I love debating with you, Kyle, and I do. I actually, it's fun, but I don't really know if I got much of a dog in this fight because I don't even know if Fields is the answer.
Because he left early from Clemson because they replaced him with Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
So he goes to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
He gets replaced by JT Daniels.
Okay.
And then he goes to Ohio State, has one really good fucking year at Ohio State.
Yes, he did.
Should have stayed longer, but CJ Stroud's there. So where's he going to go? USC?
Okay.
No, they got Caleb Williams.
All right.
Can't go to Texas.
Okay.
They got the guy that just dropped 300 pounds and cut off his mullet.
All right. Kyle, you're obviously well-versed in college football. You obviously know what's going on, right? But what you're saying is ridiculous. People don't freaking leave college programs to join the NFL because they're scared of who might take their job in college. They enter the NFL draft to get drafted.
No, he jumped ship because
he was scared of the guy that was.
Well, yeah, he got straight benched for Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, you know what? I watched Tom Brady get benched over and over again at Michigan. And not only did Tom Brady get benched over and over again for stupid reasons at Michigan, but I've seen is a little bit before my time, so I honestly can't say I've seen it in real time, but I have seen where Joe Montana was benched at Notre Dame as well. I mean, this happens, man. This happens a lot. It happens a lot where you got two really good quarterbacks, or you got a quarterback that is the coach's pet, or you got a quarterback that's doing stuff that the coach doesn't like. I seen it in the NFL with Jim McMahon.
I'll give you a better one.
Dick would bench freaking McMahon.
Brock Purdy, 5 years. Brock Purdy at Iowa State. Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts moved because Tua was progressing better, so he went to Oklahoma. Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts were in the same draft. Now looking back at it, do you think Brock Purdy should have been the last pick in the NFL draft compared to Trey Lance?
Nah, but I mean, no, but you know the draft is always a crapshoot anyway. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know how people's talent's going to develop. I mean, there's been so many can't miss prospects to enter the NFL and just freaking look like dog shit. You know, over the years, there's
like Kyler Murray.
You can just name one right after another, man.
Jamarcus Russell's the big one.
Jamarcus Russell's like one of the number one busts, man. Achilles Smith,
and they're comparing
Rashaan Salam,
Zach Wilson.
These people are like
Zach
can't
Wilson
miss. Like
Justin
there's a bunch
Fields
of them.
Jamarcus Russell.
I don't know if Justin Fields is in that category. He might be. I
think if you guys get a dome or some sort of a covering for that fucking wind, you guys might get a quarterback again.
You're saying as long as the Bears play outside, they'll never have a quarterback?
Exactly.
I'm almost willing to say as long as the Bears stay the Bears, they'll never have a quarterback. But as far as outside, there's a lot of good quarterbacks that play outside. Look at that no good, low life, science denying, Kellett converter, stealing son of a bitch. He played outdoors for years, and he did a pretty decent job. I mean, begrudgingly, I'll admit it.
And he calls the Bears daddy. The Bears call him daddy.
All right, no one calls the Bears daddy. That's number one. Sad.
Love you, Pook.
It's okay, man. I'm not gonna completely abandon the Bears. I'm not going to completely abandon the Bears, but at the same time, this doesn't hurt that bad because it's like I know what to expect from the Bears. You know, I'm not delusional, man.
You're just
it's not like the Bears. It's not like I'm sitting in front of my television and getting my heart ripped out of me every Sunday. It's not happening.
Like that one guy that does all those skits, and he goes, "Oh, I wish we could go back to 1985 again."
Yeah. I mean, you can't be delusional like that guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was pretty optimistic about this year, especially with the life that Fields had in the end of last year. Some of those spectacular highlight reel plays they had. Yeah, in the end of last year,
What in the hell just happened?
I don't like the play calling. That's one of the biggest things when I watch these games.
Smith a couple years longer.
Bro, when I had an argument in the break room at work when that happened with a guy that thought they should fire Lovie Smith. How do you fire that guy, man? How do you fire that guy?
Yeah, they fired him with a 10-6 record.
How? How, man? How do you fire that guy, man? How do you fire that guy? I guess they thought he could have got more. He was one of the reasons why they had that great defense. I realize the personnel was amazing as well, but he was one of the reasons why they had that great defense. Did they think he needed to produce more because they didn't have any offense, man? They just didn't have the personnel on offense. They never did.
Didn't they have Rex Grossman? That's a reason right there.
Yeah, he's not exactly a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, but he played in the Super Bowl with the Bears because of the Brian Urlacher defense and a Lovie Smith coach team. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if this – I don't know, honestly, I don't know if all this Bears talk is really good for our ratings. I don't know how many people want to listen to Bears talk.
Oh, yeah, no, but yeah, we'll get into the NFL for sure. We'll have our.
I don't even know how many people like as a representative of the Chicagoland area coming from Northwest Indiana. I have no idea how many people in the Chicagoland area in Chicago would actually like to even talk about the Bears. If you want to talk about something Chicago-based topic, and I know they won last night, but let's talk about how the Cubs are just going in the tank when they're trying to win this wild card, man.
Oh, well, I mean, look, I was all excited about that, and then I looked at the schedule again Monday when I was at work on a smoke break, and I'm like, oh, our last 7 games are against the Braves and the Brewers. Like, fucking over. It's over.
Dude, it's over. Atlanta, like a cat freaking playing with a mouse, bro. I mean, Atlanta just freaking when they wanted to, they just turned it on. And it was a little help from a drop. Did you see that error? That Suzuki drop ball, man? Yeah. It's like, come on, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Hey, look. If anyone's out there that actually did play baseball with me, I suck. I know I suck. I'm not a baseball player, but I probably could have made that catch that Suzuki dropped.
Well, it was bad.
I mean,
that was
incredible,
brain
bro.
fart. That was incredible, a brain fart. That was my this is all I thought when I was watching it. I'm like,
shut the fuck up. No one cares. Know your fucking place, trash.
Bro, I think here's the thing.
That's what I was saying.
That little soundbite that you play to hurt my feelings all the time. That didn't hurt my feelings this time because a lot of people care.
Yeah.
A lot of people care, bro. A lot of people care about the Cubs. A lot of people care.
Yeah, well, it was, we'll get to the MMA in a second. I'll just end this and then we'll get back to baseball. Nobody thought the Cubs were going to be in contention, including myself. I was hoping for third place at best. They made a hell of a run in the second half, and then they ran into the Braves and the Brewers, and they're just not there yet. They're just not good enough. So
you do realize that Atlanta had nothing to play for.
Yeah, and they still beat the shit out of them.
They had nothing. They had no reason.
This is also an Atlanta team.
Well, that was weird.
What's going on?
All I did was adjust my mic and it went all kooky. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. But let's get on with it. Get on with it. Let's get on with it.
Yes, get on with it.
Talk a little MMA.
Yeah, we can talk. We can definitely talk a little MMA. There was no UFC last night. You know, so the live event that happened last night was Canelo Alvarez fight. There's a Canelo Alvarez fight, and we want to say combat sports. If you want to say combat sports, do you by any chance have what I gave you on WhatsApp, Mini? That's excellent. Because
which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do the last thing you sent me, the rankings, or do you want to do those 3 pictures you sent me?
No, go ahead. Put up the, just while we're talking about Canelo, just put up the Canelo graphic. That'd be fine. And
which one is that? Oh, okay. Wait.
Canelo.
Yep, I got it. I got it.
No,
well, they're really small when I send them from WhatsApp to Messenger so that I can put them on air. And I'm like, I can't tell. I can't tell which one.
I might be. You know what? We all should. Hey, you know what? I should probably get on Messenger with you guys anyway. But and like just start like a little fake account and then just use that.
If you still have your Facebook account, you don't.
Nah, man, I got rid of it.
You can activate only Messenger if you want.
Okay, maybe I'll do that just so I'm in the chat with you guys. But I really like WhatsApp, man. You can send freaking really large files and shit. It's great, man. WhatsApp.
That's what my sister-in-law did. She got off Facebook but kept Messenger.
Jamal Charlo got handled by Mr. Cinnamon Pants. Mr. Cinnamon Pants freaking handled this guy, and it's no surprise. Yeah, that's Canelo, right? That's cinnamon in Spanish, right? I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't quite translate the same, but yeah, you know, cinnamon. He got beat by cinnamon. So cinnamon.
What's that challenge? You take a tablespoon of cinnamon in your mouth and try and swallow it. Has anybody ever tried to do that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, it's like impossible. Your body won't let you do it.
I've tried to do it. I've tried to do it. I haven't been able to.
I've done the whole gallon of milk.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that. Yeah. I've never seen anybody do that.
You've done it. We're gonna have to do this on air, then, man. We're gonna have to. You're gonna have to do it on air. You're gonna have a video camera on the gallon of milk the whole time. The whole time. We don't want to see. There's no. I actually on an episode of a show that it was actually a shit show I used to do with
T and
T. Did you see? A lot of people saw. A lot of people saw me attempt to drink a gallon of milk. I made it so close. I was down. I was like right here, and you should have seen everything that came out. Oh my god.
Look, I made cheese. Oh, nasty. Anyways, back to cinnamon pants. Back to cinnamon pants.
Bro, there's not much to really talk about. He scored a knockdown. He won pretty handily. It was another. It was actually a spectacular performance by Mr. Cinnamon Pants. I would have loved to get on here and talk and rant about how boxing's bullshit and they gave him a bullshit decision because I don't know if Charlo would have freaking put together a good performance if he would even got the win because boxing's corrupt. We all know that. So, but how can I speculate on that when Mr. Cinnamon Pants blasted him? You know, hit him with jab the shit out of him. Just jab the absolute shit out of him. So that moves us on. Well, since we're talking about boxing, let's keep talking about boxing. You got the graphic of Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Just so we just pull it up, we know who we're talking about when we're talking about him. I'll give you a visual, or give the people at home a visual there. You got Tyson Fury with no shirt on, and then you got Ngannou wearing the suit.
Damn, I didn't think there was anybody blacker than him. Actually, and there's a guy right behind him that's blacker than him. That guy is dark as a night.
Oh, bro!
Ow!
Ngannou's a beast, man, and that's the thing. Ngannou's a beast, and this is the thing.
Tyson Fury looks like a fucking guy who just got done roofing.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He looks like a guy who just got done roofing.
He looks like
he's squaring up in the bar.
Bro, he definitely looks like a fighter, but he don't look like a professional fighter. He looks like a beer drinking fighter. You know what I'm saying?
He looks like a gypsy fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He looks
like
I
look at them and I'm like,
with Tank Abbott. Like,
we're
gonna go fight at a bar. Okay, come on, let's go.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna tell my lady, I got the body of the heavyweight champ, and I can prove it. I'll just take off my shirt.
Hey, but remember when
be with the champ? Be with the champ.
Right.
You got the champ body.
I got the champ body.
One of the Kolechko brothers, and he beat him to win the title.
Yeah.
Remember how in shape he was then? Yeah, his body was a lot different. That's, his body coming off of being 300 and almost 400 pounds from depression and wanting to kill himself.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that, and no one's doubting his skills, man. And it's a prize fight. You don't score for cosmetics, but yeah, he definitely looks like a roofer and a beer drinker fighter, though.
Yeah, absolutely he does.
Yeah. So we got Ngannou, and Ngannou worked very hard to get this fight, right? And he's taking this fight very serious. I don't know if Tyson Fury is taking this fight very serious.
That could fuck him up, huh?
Exactly.
Right?
This is my take. He announced it on Instagram. I was one of the first to see it because I'm subscribed to Tyson Fury's page, and press release all over the world that he's going to be fighting Usyk in December. And how he's supposed to fight. Okay, so he's fighting Usyk in December, right? And we got that graphic so you guys can see who Usyk is. Usyk's another fighter. Usyk's another champion, heavyweight champion. They're going to try to unify some titles here, I guess. And there's always like titles like all over the place in boxing. It's just how it is. These different sanctioning bodies, they never can get their titles together. That's why it's a big deal when you can get a unified title. But there's Usyk right there, right? And they're supposed to fight in December, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's weird about this, right, is how the hell are you going to schedule? He is not taking Ngannou seriously at all. Like he's nobody, like he's nothing. How are you going to fight as a boxer, as a heavyweight boxer? How are you going to fight in October and then turn around and fight in December? I mean, it's like unheard of, man. It's completely unheard of. He is like just looking. He's literally looking completely past Ngannou, and Ngannou has freaking nuclear knockout power.
There's nothing on the line for Ngannou in that fight. It's like a fucking exhibition fight.
It is an exhibition fight, but read the rules of the fight. They are expected to get in there and mix it up.
Well, yeah, but
they're expected to get on there and I'm telling you, man, if anyone has a chance of knocking this guy out besides Deontay Wilder, it's this guy. It's Ngannou.
His lineal belt is not on the line. His belts aren't on the line.
Right,
so.
right. But what if Ngannou puts him in a coma?
What if he
you're
puts
taking Ngannou like he's taking Ngannou like he's some kind of joke. You're taking this fight like it's some kind of joke. Maybe Ngannou tweeted out, and I don't have the tweet. I don't know exactly what it said, but basically it's saying what I'm saying. How the hell are you going to fight in December if you get knocked out in October? You get knocked out in October, like he thinks he's not even going to get hurt in this fight somehow. He thinks he's going to fight Ngannou. He thinks his boxes. Look, Deontay Wilder ain't the best freaking boxer in the world. We all know that, but he freaking cracked that guy, floored him, and if it wasn't for if it wasn't for a slow count, him getting up like the Undertaker, that would have been it right there. That might have been the end of his career. He might not even.
Well, that cracked me up when he knocked him down, and then he just comes up and smiling like, "Hey, you fucked up." Hey, boom, and he goes down.
You know what? That fight was incredible. That recovery was incredible. That being said, another ref could have waved that off. Not even give him a count. He was floored, man. He was asleep on the ground, laid out. No one would have faulted that ref if he just freaking waved it off.
Boom.
He gives him a slow count. He's able to get up. He's able to recover. He's able to fight back and win the rest of that 12th round in that first Deontay Wilder fight. If that could have ended in a knockout easy with a faster count, or with the referee just waving it off. I've seen enough. The guy's laying on the ground comatose.
Yeah, but that's the difference from a proper boxing ref and a guy that just wants to get the shit over and done with that was paid for.
I don't know about that, man. Your whole thing, and I realize it's a heavyweight fight, but your whole thing when you're a ref is to protect the fighters. And if you got a guy laying on the ground comatose, man, like proverbially, like the cartoon, if you ever seen the cartoon where they got like a guy gets punched and then he's laying on the ground, there's a tombstone. That's what it looked like. Looked like you could put a tombstone up right where he was laying. And so I could see history repeating itself there. I think that he could get knocked out by Ngannou. He's looking past Ngannou. Not smart to looking past Ngannou. Not smart at all. Definitely not smart at all. Now, this brings us to I know Sean Strickland completely bores you guys because we talked a little bit about Sean Strickland last week and you guys were just like falling asleep. So that's why I had Mini. I sent this to Mini. Go ahead and run this clip, please. It says Sean Strickland's most out-of-pocket moments. You get to know Sean Strickland a little bit, and then I want to talk about the ESPN rankings where they have him ranked.
Why don't we do the rankings first, and then we'll do that because apparently
pop it up, and I mean basically they got Israel Adesanya ranked first, right? Which I don't think that's how it should go, even if you believe that, because he beat the man. When you beat the man, you should be ranked number one. When you're the champion, you should be ranked number one. So they got Israel Adesanya. Ranked number one here. If you scroll down, are you where the middleweights are? Scroll all the way down. Scroll down to 185 pounds. I really can't see what you got there.
There we go.
But yeah, it'll say Israel Adesanya number one, right? And it'll say Dricus du Plessis number two, which we don't know. Robert Whittaker number three. I mean, these are really good fighters. Here's the one that gets you though. Jared Cannonier. He beat Sean Strickland pretty recently. I think a year ago. I think I even talked about that fight on this webcast. I think we talked about it, that I really didn't have a problem with it going either way, like the decision. It was such a close fight. So he beats Jared Cannonier beats Strickland in a close fight a year ago. Well, that was last year. And Sean Strickland just beat the champ. Don't you think he should be ranked ahead of Jared Cannonier, especially when it was a split decision that a lot of people thought Strickland should have won in the first place? I mean, that's what gets me to my point. I believe there's a bias at work. And to prove my point, let's go ahead and play my little YouTube clip of Sean Strickland's outtakes. And this is why I think there's a bias. This is why I think ESPN has this guy ranked 5th when he's the UFC champion, when he beat the man.
When I was a kid and I would, draw a swastika on my arm, they would be like, fuck you.
Nah, man, I want to fucking, try to kill him, man, and get paid.
You were training with him, so does that make you his bitch?
Oh, this fucking shit. I've never smacked a woman, but you're about to call me.
Would you like to learn some Chinese?
Let's do it.
Ni hao.
What was that? Wait, what am I saying? What am I saying?
Hello.
Meow.
Meow.
I feel like I should already start. How do I say work harder, child?
Ah!
So when I start my clothing company and I open up a couple sweatshops, how do I get to the meat and potatoes of work harder? No food for you till you finish. There's another thing with fucking kids these fucking days. Like, since when did suicide become fucking cool? If you cheat on me and I don't find out, I mean, so if you're gonna cheat on me, just be good at it.
Oh man, no, if I kill someone in the ring, I'd fucking make me very happy.
All right, next question. Do you believe fat shaming is okay if the person you're fat shaming is someone you love?
I think fat shaming is always okay. There's nothing worse than being next to a fat, smelly motherfucker. And the most human thing you could do is telling a fat, smelly motherfucker to put down the fork.
Well, where do you think a win over a boost would take you?
So here's the thing, guys. I'm going to speak straight with you. I always do. I'm honest. I try to be, unless I'm trying to sleep with you. Well, I don't like to put big black things in my face like this, but we'll make it happen.
I feel like you're used to it.
I think you're used to it. Anyways, Shisha, how do you think she got the John Jones interview? Izzy, I'll come over to you. We can watch anime. You can put some fucking testosterone on my ass. I'll do it with you. Let's fucking go. Fight for a belt, you guys. Izzy, come on. Fucking Izzy with the titties. I got to fight you. If it wasn't UFC, I'd probably be cooking meth in a trailer in prison. So,
remember when we were talking about fighting is like having sex with a woman?
yes.
Does that mean that Alex f***ed you?
Oh, this that you fucking.
He's the number 7 middleweight in the world.
I'm not saying that the world will be a better place with more of me, but you guys need to get hit by your dads a little bit more. Not even hit, not discipline. You guys don't need to be like, I didn't take out the trash, hit. You guys need to get like an alcoholic rage beating, and then you'll start fucking learning how to have, nuts. If your stomach looks like a and you're naked and a guy doesn't know which hole to put it in, you're too fucking fat. You want to run your fucking mouth, not on the internet. You should come up to me, do it in person, and bring your fucking kids. So after I smack you in the mouth, they could watch me smack their fucking coward father, and maybe they could learn a lesson and not be a bitch like. I think if I was a serial killer, I'd have to kill a woman just for equality purposes, but I wouldn't really get my card.
It wouldn't be really equality because I don't think it would be a fair.
Let's go.
Wow.
All right, so that's Sean Strickland.
You got quite the lineup up there with you.
That's Sean Strickland, right? So that's the guy I'm talking about when I talk about Sean Strickland just beat Izzy. And here's the thing, like, he's had a somewhat, I wouldn't say pedestrian career in the UFC. He's had a lot of highlights. He's had a lot of big wins, but he's had a lot of big losses to big name fighters, So, I mean, he's had an up and down career. But right now, he just beat the champ, and he beat him handily. He beat the champ handily, and he is the champ, and he's holding the title. And ESPN has him ranked number 5.
Because ESPN's woke as fuck.
Exactly.
Nobody
That's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
Nobody pays attention to him anymore.
That's my point. I'm like, how do you let your politics interfere with what's happening now? With what's happening now? With what actually happened?
Well, I mean, this is hilarious. You've got Adesanya number 1, and he lost via unanimous decision to Strickland. You've got Duplessis number 2, who won via TKO twice over Whitaker. Whitaker's number 3, lost to Duplessis.
Yeah, the rankings don't make sense either there. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Whitaker should be ranked ahead of Duplessis. Right.
Whitaker, if anything, it should be Sean Strickland and Adesanya at number 1. If you're going to go that route.
Yeah, but you can't even go that route because I don't know. I don't know.
Strickland beat his ass, so he should be number 1.
Strickland beat his ass the whole fight.
Yes.
And was talking shit to him at the end of the fight. Absolutely.
Yeah, he wanted to milk his titties. I remember him saying that.
Right, man. It was a rough one. I mean, he
milk his
titties. Nobody really in the UFC has ever used this style of fighting, and it's very interesting what he's doing with that Philly shell. And I don't know if anyone else can because he's got his guard down so low. It's almost like he fights. He does more sparring than anybody else in MMA for sure, and more live sparring. And he spars really good boxers, and he just got done getting schooled, literally getting schooled. Pereira likes him. Pereira, obviously the guy that beat Izzy a bunch of times, just lost to him recently, moved up in weight class. He's trained with Pereira. Pereira likes the guy. They're friends. I think Pereira gave this guy some secrets to Izzy. I really do. And also what he's been doing boxing these real boxers. I mean, there's an internet little, maybe I should have had it prepared. Maybe next week I'll have it prepared. But there's a little internet clip where this professional boxer, a pretty decent one, is trolling Sean Strickland online. And finally they get together, and the boxer gets together, takes him like a joke, shows up at his gym. He has boxing gloves, don't have a mouthpiece. And he wants to scrap with Strickland. Strickland's like, bro,
Chris Benoit is saying, don't go off the ESPN rankings, go off the UFC rankings.
We're not even going to do this. And the guy's like, I didn't bring a mouthpiece. So he's saying, I didn't bring a mouthpiece because I don't need one for you, right? And that guy gets just tagged up. He gets lit the fuck up. You see Sean Strickland talking shit to him like he's talking shit to Izzy at the end of the Izzy
I'll
fight.
send you what Chris Benoit just sent me, John.
I got it. Hold on a second.
Take it. I got it.
Because on the UFC page, it's Sean Strickland, then Izzy, then Duplessis, Whitaker, Cantonier.
Yeah, that's the UFC rankings. We're talking about the ESPN rankings.
ESPN's fucking bullshit.
No, but we're talking. ESPN is a worldwide leader in sports, man. And
stop with ESPN. Done. Moving on. That's fucking done with them. Done with them. Done with the rankings. Done with fucking anybody on that network, belongs to that network, works for that network. Come on, these people used to fucking employ Keith Olbermann. So who's
Keith Olbermann. You don't remember how they used to run the damn show? You don't remember how it was a great show. Keith Olbermann did a great job. Dan Patrick did a great job. They come on there.
Sports Center used to be great.
Yeah, dude, we never knew Keith Olbermann's politics till later. Yeah. It never happened. I mean, this is only
when he got fired the first time.
But this is only recent that this has happened, where these so-called sports journalists want to freaking just.
I want to see Aaron Rodgers run into Keith Olbermann in the street, and I want to see what happens. I want to be there with a video camera.
What do you think is going to happen? Honestly,
I hope Aaron Rodgers beats the brakes off of him.
I hope he doesn't. That would be freaking vicious and ugly and uncalled for and senseless.
What do you mean uncalled for? He's called him out 40 different ways for Sunday. Blamed his Achilles injury from not getting in his 4,000 booster.
I don't know how you can do that with the evidence that we have the other way, but these people are delusional, bro. I mean,
it's
that's
a religion.
Just how it is.
It's a religion.
It is a religion.
No,
it's religion. We actually enough about Strickland. I guess you get where I'm coming from with Strickland. But what
I fucking love him. He's hilarious. He's entertaining. Dude, he's like America's version of Conor McGregor, except.
But this, I don't see. Here's the thing. Like, I watched that Izzy fight 1.5 times, and I don't see Izzy ever beating him.
Yeah,
and I mean that
really,
because just the way he, unless they figure it out, unless they figure it out, because he's using like this almost this crunk style, man, where you're using the Philly shell, you're crowding him. I mean, he's obviously not leaning on Izzy, but I mean, he's not giving him any room. There's no room for him to get off his kicks. There's no room for him to do what he does, and he's getting out of the way Izzy's punches, and he's punching him. Yeah. I mean, how's Izzy going to beat him? It'll be yet to be determined. Izzy's a champion. He's a last style bender. His resume speaks for itself. We'll see what happens in the next fight. But in my opinion, if Sean Strickland's an underdog, man, I'm going to send it in. I'm going to bet Sean Strickland again, and I'll be surprised if I lose, man. You know, I really will, because I don't know how you answer that. Styles make fights, and this guy can outbox. This guy can force a boxing match because the way he crowds Izzy, and then he outboxes Izzy. So how's Izzy going to beat him? How's Izzy going to beat him? That defense is something else, man. Some of that where he rolls his shoulder, he'll get back out of the way of a punch, and then boom, counter punch. It's incredible. Izzy's the one that normally is counter punching people, not the other way around.
True.
So we'll see what happens when they do rematch. They're definitely going to rematch. Izzy don't want a rematch right now. So what does that tell you? Izzy doesn't want a rematch. Emotional damage. He's psychologically fucked. I swear, from fighting Strickland, I would be. I think anyone would be if you took a beating like that. That was something else. Last night also, I believe it was last night, might have been Friday, they had PFL Europe, and Cedric Doumbé recorded one of the fastest knockouts in history. I do not have the video of that, but if you watch ESPN, it's all over the place. It was in the top 10, so just worth mentioning. I don't have that video. I probably should have had it.
It's all right. No worries. I mean, you can always try and find it and send it to me while we're talking about something.
Well, I might send it to you while we're talking about something else. But I'm pretty much ready to wrap up all the fight talk. Next week we got a fight. We got something that I feel is interesting, because I don't think we got the up-and-coming Grant Dawson, right? He's got 20 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw in the UFC, and not in the UFC, in MMA, rather. I'm not sure what his UFC record is. What's interesting about this is he's fighting a journeyman, a veteran, a guy who I consider to be a contender. He's fighting Bobby Green. Bobby Green, you probably might know him from the Joe Rogan podcast. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast before. He's also been in the UFC for many years. Bobby Green's a 3-1 underdog against this guy. Now, I might be wrong, and I'm not telling you guys to go out there and put your hard-earned money on this or anything crazy like that. But I'm gonna put a little bit of money on it. I think I already got $25 on it on my sports betting account. I might even go higher than that. I might even go more than that. But they got Bobby Green as a 3-1 dog. I don't think Bobby Green should be a 3-1 dog against anybody in his weight class, anywhere in the planet. I just don't. I mean, I might be wrong. Grant Dawson might prove me wrong. Grant Dawson has 20 wins and 1 loss. He's obviously the favorite here, but I don't believe Bobby Green should be. I mean, I think he might be a 4-1 favorite. I think I'm getting back 3-1. I think he's like a +4 and change favorite. He's like 4-1 against Bobby Green. We'll see if the odds makers are full of shit next week. The other fights, upcoming, we've talked about a lot. Got Stipe. Stipe is going to be fighting John Jones soon
on Veterans Day.
That's going to be next month. We got Oliveira is going to be Charles Oliveira is going to be fighting.
Patty Plummett's going to fight Ferguson.
Yeah, hey, that's interesting, huh? What do you think about that? We haven't talked about that. That news just broke last week. I didn't bring it up on the program, but that's interesting. What do you think about that? What do you think it's lose? Everyone's saying, or a lot of the talking heads, a lot of MMA talking heads are saying it's lose for Patty Plummet. He wins this fight, so what? You're supposed to beat the washed up has-been, right? If he loses this fight, it's disaster. So it's like a lose-lose situation for Patty Pimlet. It can't go good for him. You guys feel the same way? I don't know, man. I mean, I take Tony Ferguson. I'd like to pull him up. I believe he's coming off of like 6 losses. 6 losses. He's
the one that got kicked in the face and got knocked the fuck out, right?
Oh yeah, and he's winning that fight.
Yeah,
he was winning the fight before he got knocked out. That's the other thing. He's had some really bad luck. Some of these fights, he's looked like complete dog shit. Other fights, including the last 2, I believe, he was ahead on the scorecard when he got taken out. But I mean, you get to the point where too many battles, man. These old roosters, man. It's too many battles. Too many battles for these old roosters. And
Mother of Christ. No.
It's just how it is, man. You know, your chin ain't the same. So.
Well, she entered the building. She's at the football game. Taylor Swift is watching her boyfriend play football.
I could fucking care less.
Well, care less about Tony Ferguson.
This is what I think about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares. Know your fucking place. Trash.
That's my opinion on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Oh, I thought it was on. I thought that's how you felt about Tony Ferguson.
No, I like Tony.
No,
Ferguson.
I think he should. If he gets beat, he should
hang it up.
Yeah,
he should hang it up. What if he beats Patty Plymouth? What should he do?
Hang it up.
He's gonna keep fighting like a fucking moron. But yeah, that will happen.
He hasn't won a fight since 2019.
It's only 3 years.
Okay,
ago,
so we got
4 years ago.
All right, so I was right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 6 fights, I was right. Last 6 fights he lost. So let's talk about who he lost to, though. He lost to Justin Gaethje. You know, obviously world class, one of the best. Charles Oliveira, obviously world class, one of the best. Going to be fighting for the title here, coming up very shortly here. Going to be fighting for it to try to get his title back. Bernal Dariush, one of the very best. Michael Chandler, one of the very best. Lost to Nick Diaz, one of the very best. Bobby Green, lost to Bobby Green, one of the very best. So when he kicks Patty Plymouth's ass, which he probably is going to do, looking at his resume, who knows? Well, these are all losses. But if he's able to, you know, the last thing I want to see, I don't know if El Kukui gets choked out. That's what a lot of people are saying. The Patty Plymouth's jiu-jitsu is so good that he's going to be able to choke El Kukui out. Well, El Kukui is a freaking Eddie Bravo black belt. So we'll see what he does on the ground if he's able to choke him out. But I don't think he can choke him out. This is a fight that Tony Ferguson, in my opinion, he can beat the overrated Patty Plymouth and completely derail the hype train. And what's going to happen if that happens? Actually, I'm going to bet on Tony Ferguson. How do you like that? I'm going to bet on Bobby Green. I'm going to bet on Tony Ferguson. And if I'm wrong, well, you can strip me of the title of the gambling expert.
You should cover your loss and bet on them both.
No.
I'm betting on them both. I'm definitely betting on Bobby Green. I'm definitely going to bet on Tony. It depends on the odds, though. If these odds on the Tony Ferguson fight are like coin flip odds, you know, I don't know if I take anybody in this fight. But if they got freaking Patty Plymouth as a heavy favorite, give me that. Give me that. I'll take that. I'll take that. You know. You guys done talking about MMA? You guys want to talk some NFL?
You talk about a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go.
You want to go smoke? Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll get into it.
I do a little change too. I'll be back in a minute. Don't burn the house down.
Never do. So quickly in the standings right now. The Bills and the Dolphins are 3-1 in the East. The Jets are playing tonight. They're playing the Chiefs. The Patriots are 1-3 in the North. The Ravens are 3-1. Steelers and Browns are 2-2. The Bengals are 1-3. In the South, everybody is 2-2, so that division's up for grabs. In the West, the Chiefs are playing the Jets tonight, so they're still at first. The Chargers are at 2-2. The Raiders and the Broncos are at 1-3. In the East, the Eagles are 4-0. Cowgirls are 3-1. The Redskins are 2-2. The Giants play Monday night. They're in last place. In the North, the Lions are 3-1. The Packers are 2-2. The Vikings are 1-3. The Bears are 0-4. In the NFC South, The Buccaneers lead the division at 3-1. The Falcons are 2-2. The Saints are 2-2. Carolina's 0-4. Not surprised. In the West, the Cardinals are in last place at 1-3. The Rams are 2-2. The Sea Chickens play the Giants on Monday night. And then the 49ers are 4-0. Going over some scores. Let's see here. Pull up some scores for you. Come on, slow ass. Early game, which they did kind of cool today, which I thought was kind of funny. They did to get kids involved. They did a live from Andy's room. The Toy Story football game was kind of funny. It was kind of cool, actually.
Did you see any? You got to see some of that?
Yeah, it was hilarious. Like, you know that old toy machine that had the claw? It would bring the football down. Football players that weren't playing were on the sidelines throwing the little alien toy around. General Zork was around with his ray gun blasting people.
So how they do this in real time? They're doing this in real time with live with live play, right? So they're doing this. Obviously, this is like an AI thing.
Yeah, it was. They said that the main difference between this football game and the real life football game is there's wind and weather involved in Wembley Stadium. In Andy's room, it's the glare off the window. General Zord, you're playing on a wood floor, and we don't know what's going to happen. It was kind of funny. It was a great way to get like, and it wasn't like over the top announcing. It was kind of funny. Like Booger McFarlane was getting pizzas every quarter thrown to him so he could eat pizzas. It was hilarious. It was good. It was a good way to get the family involved.
I actually wanted to see that. I actually wanted to see that. I actually wanted to see it, and I was awake at this time. I wasn't awake to set my fantasy football lineup, but I was awake at this time when it was on, and I went on I went online and I tried to find it on the usual sites that I use, and I'm no longer a member of ESPN Plus. And
they were also showing it on Disney Plus too.
Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with Disney, man. I don't have any little kids, and even if I did, I might not have nothing to do with Disney. I'm not happy with those guys very much.
It was a fun way to get kids involved in football, kind of like what they did a couple years ago for a hockey game. It was pretty cool.
Oh, they did this before?
Yeah, they've done it before for hockey and basketball, but this is the first time they've done it for football, and they did it Toy Story style, which was kind of cool. So moving on to some scores, the Dolphins got murdered by the Bills 48-20. The Broncos edged out a win in the game against nobody really cares. It was 31-28. Broncos over the Bears. The battle for Cleveland, the original Browns against the Browns number 2. The Ravens won 28-3. The Houston Oilers beat the Cincinnati Bengals 27-3. The Rams in overtime beat the Colts 29-23. The Buccaneers made the Saints look horrible. They won 26-9. The Eagles in overtime scratched out a win over the Redskins 34-31. The Vikings edged out a win over the Panthers 21-13. The Texans damn near shut out the Steelers. The Texans are starting to look good. Looks like they did a good choice with getting D'Amico Ryans being a coach. They won 30-6. The Raiders beat the Chargers with an unknown quarterback playing for the Raiders. They won 24-17. The Cowgirls, for some strange reason, this game stayed on the entire time, and I don't know why. They beat the ever-loving crap out of the Patriots 38-3.
Wow.
I feel Belichick should retire, but that's just me. The 49ers beat the Cardinals 35-16. And on Thursday night, the Lions beat my Packers 34-20. And on Monday night, you had the Sea Chickens playing the Giants. And now we'll move on to college. So go over the top 25 scores. Friday, number 10 Utah lost to number 19 Oregon State. Go Beavers, 21-7. Georgia barely beat Auburn, 27-20. Michigan demoralized Nebraska, 45-7. Texas beat Kansas, 40-14. Penn State slaughtered the Nerds of Northwestern, 41-13. Washington edged out a win over Arizona, 31-24. In a shocking game, which shows you don't play defense at all in the Pac-12, USC was up very handedly over Colorado, and Colorado damn near came back. That game was 48-41. It was a much better game than what it originally looked like. Oregon demolished the Nerds in Palo Alto, killed Stanford 42-6. Notre Dame beat Duke 21-14. Alabama slaughtered the Cowbells of Mississippi State 40-17. Ole Miss beat LSU 55-49. I thought that game was never going to frickin' end. Oklahoma slaughtered Iowa State 50-20. Tennessee beat South Carolina 41-20. Kentucky beat Florida 33-14. The running back for the University of Kentucky, Ray Davies, at one point he was 25 yards away from breaking the single game SEC rushing record, and it looks like the coach had a heart, said don't. He ended up with 285 rushing yards on 20 carries with 3 TDs and a receiving.
Okay, why wouldn't you let your play? I don't mean to interrupt. But you're just going to keep going on to the next thing. Hey, how do you not let your stud running back break a record? Why would you do that?
I don't know. I think the coach had a heart. I was hoping they would have gone for it more, but it was just phenomenal.
You're kind of.
Hey Kyle, where's the shirt?
Hi, I wore it last night, sir.
Oh, you wore it last night's show. It was supposed to be for your show. Turd.
Yeah, well, I wore it last night because I didn't know Tim Wakefield was going to die.
Right now, or did you?
Oh, I was told by no means necessary. Am I opening up that box for the bobblehead? It's staying in the box so it never gets broken, because bobbleheads are notorious for breaking.
All these good-looking bearded men.
I know, right?
But thank you very much. I modeled the hell out of that shirt last night.
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right. I had to come and raise some hell because I thought you say it didn't show it tonight.
I wore it last night. I thought you were going to pop down.
I didn't get any pictures.
Okay. I'll send you some pictures.
All right.
All right. No worries.
It was just like, I think the coach was feeling bad because they were actually killing Florida. It was like every time he touched the ball,
that's fine.
He was running 25, 40 yards at a blitz. At halftime,
the way Florida has.
At halftime, he had 225 yards rushing on 11 carries.
Woo!
Well, keep rushing them for a freaking record. That's what I say. You know, if you have a heart for your guy, your running back. And not only that, Florida for years has terrorized people. They freaking ran up the score on everybody in the SEC and elsewhere for forever. So who cares about those guys? F them. Steel rain.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. In the battle of nobody gives a shit, Missouri against Vanderbilt. Missouri beat Vanderbilt 38-21
versus the geniuses, right?
And then for some strange reason, Fresno State played Nevada. Wow, there's 2 perennial powerhouse schools. And this is in a ranking game. They won 27-9.
we had a connection back in the day with Nevada, did we not? Was it Nevada or was it somebody else? It was, remember that guy that
No,
was
we did. We actually won money. We had some inside information back in the day before there was any internet or anything, man. New Mexico State. We had inside information. We used a couple times to beat the books because we had a guy that flunked out of school. He was in my section. He was in our section.
Oh,
he
cool.
was a wide receiver. You should have seen this kid, man. Hispanic kid, built like a brick shit house. He's a wide receiver for
awesome.
New Mexico State. He's a freaking monster, bro. It's just like it was like a rude awakening to like how big these college football players really are when you see them in person. Because you see a wide receiver on the field and they look skinny in comparison to, let's say, a linebacker, right? But this kid was this kid was solid, man. He was a big dude. He was over 6 foot, like probably 6'2", probably weighed about 225. Probably not much. He's a young Marine. Probably not much fat on him at all. But I mean, he was just a beast, man. And he gave us some tips. I don't remember his name. You remember that guy's name? I don't remember that guy's name. It probably doesn't matter now unless he's listening. If he is, I'm sorry I forgot your name, bro. You're a cool guy.
So, after everybody is 7-0 in the rankings, or they've played their 7th game, the college football rankings are going to start in 2 weeks. So, at 25th, you have Louisville. Fresno State is 24th. LSU, for some strange reason, still fucking ranked. It's 23rd. Tennessee is 22nd. Missouri is 21st. Kentucky is 20th. Duke is 19th. Utah's 18th. Miami is 17th. Ole Miss is 16th. The Beavers of Oregon State are 15th. UNC is 14th. Washington State is 13th. Wow, this is the 1990s all over again. Oklahoma is 12th. Alabama is 11th. Hot shit. Hell yes. Notre Dame is 10th. Oh, the fucking spoiled children of USC are 9th. Oregon is 8th. Washington 7th. Penn State is 6th. Florida State is 5th. Fuck Ohio State, they're 4th. Fuck Texas, they're 3rd. Michigan 2nd.
Hey.
Georgia is 1st.
Surprise. Hey, where did Colorado end up?
Colorado hasn't been ranked for 2 weeks.
I thought they were ranked coming into this one.
No.
Nope.
When they got handed their loss to the Beavers or the Ducks, they were out of the rankings.
And I knew this was going to happen. I said it was going to happen. I said, good start. All the love is going to go. All this media attention is going to fall on Colorado, Deion Sanders, and all this shit. And then he's actually going to play somebody, and he's going to get the shit kicked out of him. Everybody's going to turn. Everybody's
better than people thought.
Yeah, I saw the score, and I read an article on it. I didn't see the game, but yeah, they did make a bit of a comeback there, almost a complete comeback.
They damn near won the game.
Yeah, but man, I don't know. You know, it's
I bet them against Oregon because I got to 22 points and they let me down on that one. Colorado.
College football, scary.
Yeah, I mean, I bet. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, but I bet them because I thought they could hang in there with that point spread. And then once bitten, twice shy. So when it came back around here to the University of Spoiled Children, I laid off. You know, the only bet I made yesterday was Notre Dame fighting Irish, baby. You know what I'm saying?
So
beat them Dukies in the last seconds.
So in interesting news, Ryan Day is now still going off on the fake Lou Holtz, the real Lou Holtz, and he's now decided to have taken issue with Lee Corso. The only reason why I still watch ESPN is for game day in the morning because of Pat McAfee. And even the guy that does the fake Lou Holtz re-interviewed Lou Holtz and put the Lou Holtz mask back on, and he goes, "That's the guy I was talking to." So it was a funny interview. It was pretty hilarious seeing Lou Holtz, that cusses interview Lou Holtz that does not cuss.
Jesus. All right.
Other than that, that's it for shit Mini doesn't really care about. Now moving on to the playoffs, which start on Monday. In the wild card round for the American League, number 6 Houston takes on number 3 Minnesota. Number 5 Toronto takes on number 4 Tampa Bay. The winner of the Astros Twins game plays the Rangers. The winner of the Rays Blue Jays game plays the Orioles. Gee, somebody from the National League East will be playing somebody from the National League East in the ALDS. Wow. Great timing on that one. So then in the National League, you got the Diamondbacks playing the Brewers. Geez, the Brewers are going to win that one. Then you have the Marlins. Who gives a shit? They're going to play the Phillies. Phillies will win that. Then the winner, the Brewers, Diamondbacks play the fucking Dodgers. Jesus Christ. Oh, here's a shocker. Somebody from the National League East is going to play somebody from the National League East. The Phillies and Marlins will play. That winner will play the Braves. Great. Phenomenal. Okay, that's the playoffs for baseball. Let me see what else is going on. Do you want to go over the final scoring? Oh, here we go. In the American League, there's an 81% chance the Rangers will make the ALDS, 44% chance they'll make the ALCS, 24% chance they'll make the World Series, 10% chance they'll win the World Series. Orioles are 100% chance to make the ALDS because they're fucking in the ALDS, is the number 1 seed. Duh. Make the ALCS, 48% chance, 22% chance to make the World Series, 8% chance to win the World Series. Fuck. The Rays are at a 63% chance to make the ALDS, 32% chance to make the ALCS, 16% chance to make the World Series, 8% chance to win the World Series. Astros are a 63% chance to make the ALDS, 33% chance to make the ALCS, 19% chance to make the World Series, 8% chance to win the World Series. Twins, 55% chance to make the ALDS, 25% chance to make the ALCS, 12% chance to make the World Series, 5% chance to win the World Series. And the Blue Jays, 38% chance to make the ALDS, 18% chance to make the ALCS, 8% chance to make the World Series, 3% chance to win the World Series. And basically for the National League, it's the Dodgers and the Braves to lose, followed by the Brewers and the Phillies. They don't give a hell's chance for anybody else. Yep. First game to watch will be why? Tuesday, October 3rd is the wild card series. And then the division series starts Saturday, October 7th. And then league championship series will start October 15th. And then the World Series will start October 27th. And if there's a Game 7, the final game will be Saturday, November 4th. So that's baseball. Unless you want me to do the standings.
No, I think we're done with the standings. We'll talk a little bit about predictions and who's in. Fortunately, Cubs did not make it. You can tell I'm not that fucking upset about it. My concern about the Cubs is what they do in the off season.
Bro, I'm kind of pissed. I'm kind of pissed, man, because it was almost as if I don't know if you guys ever watched that National Geographic where you got that tarantula versus the wasp. that specific wasp that goes after these and the tarantula just kind of just doesn't even fight, just kind of just, oh, you got me. Like as soon as it sees its arch predator, it's just like, oh, you got it. Just kind of just rolls over and lets the freaking lets the wasp sting them. I mean, that's what that's like. The Cubs are like, oh, you got us.
It's the end of a long season with a team against another team that is set the major league home run single season record. Has a guy that is created a new club in baseball called the 40-70 club, hit 40 home runs, stole 70 bases. And every guy in that lineup is a murderer. I mean, Matt Olson set the Braves single season record for RBIs. Wasn't it like 154 or something?
Yeah,
stupid?
something like
God, I bet he's glad he got out of fucking Oakland, huh?
Yeah, and they thought that trade was a bust at first.
Oops. Atlanta's just so stagnant, and that's when you saw the difference between where Atlanta is and where they will be for probably the next 5 years, because they got most of those guys locked up. I mean, a couple of guys.
So is Atlanta going to win it all, Mini?
It's Atlanta's to lose.
It's Atlanta's to lose, and in my opinion, it's Houston's to lose in the AL.
Because when you were talking about Atlanta just now, it almost was reminiscent of some of these like 1920s New York Yankees teams, bro.
Dude,
that's what you made it sound like.
Fucking horror. They're fucking nasty. They are nasty. They're nasty in every single offensive category you can think of.
They always get on. It's weird. They're always on base.
Yeah,
always.
And they're always trying to fucking steal. And it just several of those guys can, like Ozzy can steal. Albies can steal. Of course, Ozuna can steal. There's a couple other big boys that can do it, but not that often. But they just hit and hit and hit. It's a murderer's fucking row.
And they don't swing out of their ass to put it in the seat. They play smart. They're advancing people that need to get advanced.
It's a really good
even
team.
Punt.
Yeah, I know. The only thing that worries me just a little bit is their pitching, just a little bit. Their starting pitching, just a little bit. And they're gonna get Max Fried back here in a few days, I think. But we'll see. And and look, they did this they didn't do it on this level last year, but they were pretty close, and they got bounced by the Phillies, and the Phillies are feeling it right now. So that's a little scary. But yeah, I think it boils down to, like, Baltimore, I don't think has the pitching to make it to the World Series. I don't think they're going to make it happen. I don't think Texas does either. Losing Scherzer was kind of the last straw on that. Lost DeGrom at the beginning of the year, and then they make a deal and take out a bunch of money for Max Scherzer, and he goes down. And Houston this is the 7th straight year they made the playoffs.
I don't think Texas has it either, man.
No, I don't. So I think it's Houston and
but they don't have that killer instinct.
Houston and Tampa Bay.
Houston and Tampa Bay. In the ALCS?
In the ALCS. Yeah, it's going to be between Houston and Tampa.
You guys are making me want to bet on Atlanta right now.
Yeah, Tampa.
What do you get? What do you get? That's a good question for me to answer. I should look that up. What my question would have been: what do you get if you bet them as a future bet to win the whole thing? Atlanta, what kind of odds you get? Are you getting
probably
at least
not very good? Yeah.
Well, Atlanta. It's between Atlanta. They're the odds-on favorite to make the World Series for the National League, and then if they don't do it for some ungodly weird reason, then it's the Dodgers. And that's it. And then there's a glimmer of hope for the Phillies and the Brewers. But in the American League, it seems like it's, even though Baltimore did that massive turnaround, it's Tampa and Houston with a fake chance of Baltimore and Texas Rangers. And when I mean fake chance, like 5% and 3% chance.
Man, what I seen out of Texas Rangers the other day, one of my buddies texted me and told me to bet the Texas Rangers. I believe it was Wednesday night. when they could have locked everything up. They literally could have locked everything up, and they just choked. They just choked, man. You know, when you don't have the ability to step on the other team's neck, you know, when you're in the
they
driver's
don't
seat.
because they don't have the pitching anymore, and
They don't have the
was
pitching anymore. The pitching went down
yeah.
badly.
Yeah. And look, like Houston is annoying. The cheaters. No, that most not a lot of that core is still there.
Okay, so for the Braves to win. Sorry to interrupt you, Mini. I hate being rude, but I know if I let you go, it'll be 10 minutes before I'm able to say another word. Braves are plus 250.
Yeah,
to win the World Series.
Yeah,
that seems like almost a fair bet with everything that you laid out. I mean, I was like, if they're 3-1, I wouldn't mind taking the Braves even, but they're almost 3-1. They're 2.5 to 1. They are plus 125, close to a coin flip. Plus $100 bet gets you 125 for them to win the National League. What do you think about that? You get the whole field at almost even money the other way.
Yeah, I think you at least take Atlanta to go.
Take Atlanta
to win the NL, win the
National League,
the World Series, go to the World
That's
Series.
Like
and
freaking.
Then it changed, and of course the odds are going to fluctuate too. Like if you bet that, and then you don't bet the plus 250 bet to win the World Series, and they win the NL, that fucking number is going to go, depending on how it goes. Like if they do it in 4 games in the NLCS. And they wipe out whoever they face in 4 games, that's going to be 250 is going to be 375 probably, depending on who they face too. If they face Houston, I'm telling you, that's the scariest fucking team in the American League, in my opinion, the scariest team. And then they just won today. What, clinched again another AL West title, right? Like Jesus, like
Since
and they were
2016.
They were fucking nothing for most of the year. They're just kind of back there, like 7-8 games back, and then all of a sudden they're 5, and all of a sudden they're 4, and all of a sudden they're 3, and it was like 2 weeks ago they were 2. And they got fucking Justin Verlander, gangster that he is. He can't pitch for shit in New York, and he comes back to Houston, and he's just fucking lighting it up again. I'm like, bro, why'd you ever leave? I want to get paid, son. Well, yeah, all right, makes sense. I keep making babies with this hottie. So it's just going to cost me money down the road. I don't know how many kids they have now, but
so it looks like Mini is going to be taking a lot of time off of work.
Why is that?
So on Tuesday, the first baseball game starts at 3:08 on ABC. It's Texas and Tampa Bay. Then it's at 4:30 on ESPN is Toronto at Minnesota.
You know what we need to find out is what's it going to be on radio, because what I'm doing this week is going to be, it's a thing I call it. Don't ever be too good at your job. All right. Because what happens is they just give you more shit to do. Right.
Yeah.
So now I have been for several months in charge of these transfers of inventory from here to various, like our business is oil, natural gas, and high pressure hydraulic shit, right? So it's Edmonton, which is where all the oil sands are, right? And then Houston, right? Yep. And then our main base is here. And so I'm in charge of transferring everything back and forth and all that shit. And so this week, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I can listen to the radio while I'm doing that shit. So I need to find out if it's going to be on ESPN Radio. If it's on ESPN Radio at AM, then I can listen to the games while I'm working, and my boss won't give a shit at all.
You'll be able to listen to it all because ESPN and ABC have all the baseball games.
That's funny.
For wild card. But then moving forward, it's on Fox Sports 1.
But somebody's got to have the radio rights even after that, right?
Yeah, it's going to be Fox and MLB.
Yeah, but how they? There's no fucking MLB. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out.
MLB app on your phone. You can listen to the game.
Man, you should be able to find the radio anyway. There's probably local stations carrying the shit on the iHeart Radio app, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not really allowed to use local broadcast. Period. They're not allowed to have phones. No, they're pretty psycho about it. Unfortunately. Yeah, but back to it. Like, I'm trying to think. Somebody sent me. Did somebody send me the actual...
Okay. All right. So, and hopefully no one from work's listening right now. Okay, if you were to freaking put your phone like inside your desk, right, and then have a speaker playing the radio, the hometown's radio call, right, from iHeartRadio or wherever you find it, from the hometown station online, www whatever radio station it is, right, and you click on their icon or whatever. If you were to have your phone buried like in your desk, right, who's to know that it's even coming off of your phone? And if you're not playing with your phone.
Okay, here you go, Mini. So the entire wild card match for National League and American League, Tampa Bay and Texas is strictly ABC.
Okay.
Then Toronto, Minnesota is ESPN. Then Diamondbacks, the Brewers, ESPN2. Then Phillies and Marlins are on ESPN. So that's all ESPN radio. Then you move to the division series. Astros against whoever they play. That's Fox Sports 1. Orioles against the winner of the Rangers-Rays game. That's Fox Sports 1. Then for National League, Dodgers against the winner of the Brewers and Diamondbacks. That's strictly TBS.
Yeah.
Then,
all right.
Then the Braves, Marlins, and Phillies, whoever wins out of those two, that's strictly TBS. Then the championship games are all on Fox and Fox Sports 1.
So I'm looking,
except for the National League Championship Series, that's all TBS, and then the World Series is all Fox.
Gotcha. I'm looking at. I think, is this updated? Trying to look at the Sunday. Yeah. All right. So I'm looking at the brackets, or at least how they have them set up. So the Blue Jays play at Minnesota. That's Blue Jays, right? Blue Jays win that.
Yeah, Blue Jays are going to win that hands down.
Now the number 5 Rangers play the number 4 Rays. Now, I had a conversation with a friend the other night about the Rays, and they're like, "Oh, they lost all their starting pitching." I'm like, "Yeah," and they still made it in. And here's the thing: you know how they did it? Because they basically played playoff baseball all year. And what I mean by that, right, Kyle, I think you probably know, is that they use like a shit ton of openers, which is a guy who comes in and throws 2 innings, maybe 3, and then they throw in another guy, and then another guy, and well, that's how you play playoff baseball. Well, in MLB these days, is it's your starters rarely go more than 5. They almost never see the third turnaround of the lineup. So this suits the Rays just fine. They're absolutely fine, especially in a short series. They're fine. Now, they win this and they go to the ALDS. That's a bit of a problem. But I still like the Rays beating the Rangers. I'm sorry, Ranger fans. I know Cowboys, the Cowboy thing going on down there or whatnot, but I think you're still a year away, and hopefully you get your pitching sorted out. But I think the Rays take that. The Diamondbacks, the Brewers. Now, this is going to be probably either the most boring or the most exciting series of the playoffs, I think, as far as the first round. Because neither of these teams can score for shit, but they can pitch their ass off. The Diamondbacks are really, really young, with the exception of the one guy I probably would love this guy if I sat down and had beers with him, but Tommy Pham, I fucking hate Tommy Pham. I fucking hate him. But man, he's helped make the Diamondbacks even better when he got traded from the Mets. He does work hard.
The Diamondbacks Brewers series reminds me a lot of the Padres Mets series last year. It's going either way.
It could.
And if it goes badly, it's going to end quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you got Marlins and Phillies. I don't think the Marlins stand a fucking chance against the Phils. In Philly, that place is fucking nuts. That place is nuts. Playoff atmosphere. So they're going down. But
Who do you think
say the
think's going to win between the Blue Jays and the Twins?
the fucking Blue Jays. Easy.
All right. So then, so now we have the ALDS,
which
We're
is
gonna
Blue
have the
Jays versus
Astros.
Astros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Astros in
Astros.
5 or in 4?
No, I don't think they'll do it 4. I think 5 or 6 is they're lucky. I mean, the Blue Jays are tough.
So
The pitching, the Blue Jays have pretty good pitching. I mean, look, this is the thing. Is like you play the regular season with 5 starters, right? Or 6 or 7, depending on who goes down or whatever. But and even in a 7-game series, you're only putting out your 3 best starters, right? So
yeah, with 2 on standby in case you need something.
Right. For long relief or to come in and close or whatever, the Blue Jays can match up a little bit, but the Astros, I think, are just they're just fucking, they're just so strong. They're so good. And Jose Altuve is back healthy and just raking. That's that's Astros. So they moved to the ALCS. The Rangers, Rays. I picked the Rays against the Orioles, and I think if the Rays,
even though the Orioles won the season series over the Rays,
I know, but the first time they've done so in I don't know how many years. Remember their announcer got suspended.
Yeah,
for bringing that up, that they hadn't won a series in Tampa Bay in 17 years. The backlash they got from that. Good job, Oriole organization, you fucking idiot. I still think the Rays take down the Orioles, but
in 6.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now moving on to the National League.
Yeah,
so we're gonna have the Dodgers against the Brewers.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So Dodgers in 4.
Oh
damn,
man. You know what? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the Dodgers win. I think the Dodgers win. Dodgers win the series. They're just it's so scary because Dodgers starting pitching is horribly depleted. Look, they lost Julio Urias because he likes to
beat people
that are the female persuasion. They lost Walker Buehler. I don't know if he's coming back for the playoffs. I don't think so.
They got Sideshow Bob's son on there, Dustin May.
Yeah, they've got not Lucas Giolito, but Lance Lynn's been over there from Chicago, and he's pitching like a gangster. So
Dodgers in 6.
Yeah, I'd say so. You got Clayton Kershaw, and you got Lance Lynn. I think they can do it in 6, but they're gonna beat the Brewers, and then you got Phillies and Braves, and this is where it gets fucking. I don't know. I say Braves, right? But everybody said that last year. Look what happened. So I don't know. And
I'm gonna say Braves in 5.
Braves in 5. Woo! I don't know, man. I think Braves in 7. I think the script writers want it that way.
You think that series is going to go 7?
Yeah.
I think if any series went 7, it would be.
Dude, there's so much animosity between these 2 teams. There's so much animosity. They fucking hate each other. And Bryce, he's going to power that team up. Schwartz is going to power that team up. Nola is going to power that team up. And look, they did this to the Braves last year. They shocked the world, right? They shocked the world by beating the Braves and going to the World Series. And side note, I figured out why we had all that problems with calling the game last year. It was real easy. We can't do StreamYard and Spreaker at the same time. We have to do it through Zoom. But anyways, moving on.
Okay. So now we've got in the American League Championship Series, the Astros against the Rays.
Yep. Astros take it.
6 or 7 games.
I think
or are you going ballsy and saying in 4?
I think the Astros take it in 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have the National League game.
Yeah.
The Dodgers against the
Braves.
In 7?
This is 7. This is 7.
In 7?
It's 7. I think it goes to the Braves.
Okay. So then you have the Astros sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
For the winner of the Braves Dodgers game.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going against the grain, and because I love the Braves, right? I grew up with Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltzy. I don't know, man. Houston scares the shit out of me. But
when they're on, they're on. But when they are off,
well,
God,
they were all this year because they were fucking hurt, and they were still just right there. You know, they were hurt all year. And what happened? They got healthy in September and just fucking steamrolled everybody, right?
Yeah.
So that's the scary part about Houston. And
so I'm going to ask you this then. Because of what you spoke about earlier, your own words, and I took them. Don't get me wrong, man. This is probably somewhat the most I've paid attention to regular season baseball in years, and that's because on my off days I've been going to a sports book because it's legal out here.
Yeah.
So from what I've seen and from what you said, how do you stop that offense of Atlanta? Is anyone going to be able to stop it?
Look,
is anyone going to be able to stop that offensive machine? Is anyone?
There's 2 guys in Houston, that are absolutely capable of doing that. One is Justin Verlander. The other one is Framer Valdez.
Yeah.
So is that how it's going to go down then?
Man,
is good pitching going to beat good hitting? Is Houston going to win again?
You know,
and
I need
think
to know.
The Braves might win it.
Yeah.
If it's Braves in Houston, because their base running ability is second to none.
You got to get on base.
You got to get on base to run the bases. If these guys are pitching like shutdown pitching, like Mini says they can.
Yeah, and like Atlanta's starting pitching is not horrible. I mean, Spencer Strider's a fucking stud. I mean, in Cy Young contention this year, he's not going to win it, but he's in contention. It's probably going to go to Blake fucking Snell, who walks more people than the Egyptians. But
I mean, for a guy that ain't admittedly, I'm talking about myself. Admittedly, don't know shit from Shinola when it comes to baseball. One thing that I've learned over the years is, this is why I hate pitching too. This is why I hate pitchers and pitching and the whole damn game. Good pitching is always going to defeat good hitting. It seems from what I've seen.
Now the thing with Atlanta though is I think even if they face Houston, I think.
Why do I want to bet Atlanta? Why do I still want to bet Atlanta knowing this? Why do I?
They're the only team. They're the only team that can outlast that pitching.
Yeah,
because they're so fucking good. All those hitters 1 through fucking 9 are
when you say outlast the pitching, you're saying first 300 hitter gets shut down, second 300 hitter gets shut down, third 300 hitter gets shut down.
Yeah, but they're working.
Then the next now the next inning rolls around and you got another 300 hitter at bat.
Well, they're not quite that.
He gets on. What do you mean by it? I don't understand.
Well, they're not all 300 hitters, but what I'm saying is, they're all, ranging from 250 to 230. Sure.
All right,
but
so that's what.
There's
okay. A good hitter gets up. Another guy. It's one right after another. It's a good hitter after good hitter after good hitter after good hitter.
Yeah.
The whole freaking lineup.
It's what the Cubs did what I think the Braves are going to do is what the Cubs did in 2016, which is they just wore pitchers out. They just long counts.
That's what the Braves
yeah,
did.
they long count. So your leadoff guy comes up, Ronald Acuna Jr., and he gets you an 8 or 9 pitch at bat, and maybe he strikes out or grounds out. Then Ozzie Albies comes up and he does the same fucking thing.
This is the
and then the number
game within the game.
The 3 guy comes up and he does it too, but he gets out. And then you turn the inning over, and then here comes number 4, and you throw him a curveball and it hangs and he blasts it. And then you walk the next guy, and then the next guy strikes out, but he gives you a 9 pitch at bat. and the pitch count just goes up and up and up, and you wear these starting pitchers out,
This
and
guy's
you get
out
in
in
the
the fifth
bullpen.
inning.
By the fourth
This
inning,
guy's
you have
out
a
in
new
the
pitcher up.
Okay, fourth inning. This guy's out in the fourth inning, and now
So that's the
now,
only way
now
the
you're
Braves
into their
can beat 'em.
bullpen, and now you can do some damage.
Yeah. So,
And you
I
might
said
have
Brett-
already scored. You might have already scored 1 or 2 runs off the starter anyway.
I'm
because
scared of the Astros, but I believe in the Braves. If the Braves make the World Series, like I think they will. I think they will win, but I think it'll be a very exciting and very contentious World Series, which is good for baseball, man.
The Braves are not afraid to play small ball and sacrifice themselves either.
No, and Houston's
They
not
will
not
bunt.
exactly that.
They will sacrifice their bodies too.
So
okay,
yeah,
so you bet to win the National League is Houston?
No,
No,
I
the
bet
Braves.
The Braves.
The Braves. You think they're going to beat them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Braves are going to take the NL. The Astros are
Because
going to take
Houston
the
right now,
AL.
you can get Houston right now at 6-1 plus 600.
Jesus. What to
Yeah,
win the
you can
World
get
Series?
Houston. Yeah, no, the World
Oh,
Series.
to
Yeah,
win-
but you got to figure. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I was mistaken. I was thinking this is how much I know about baseball. I seen the Astros were a National League team.
Yeah,
I think they're going to have to
They
face
used
each
to
other.
Back in the
Okay,
90s,
well, when I was paying attention, okay, right on. So
when they had people put on steroids, King Cam Minetti.
What do you think? Yeah, can't come in any.
It will be.
I think it'll be the
I
Braves.
think it's going to go 7.
Yeah,
it's gonna go 7.
I think so too. And I think the Braves, by record and whatnot, will have home
You think
field
they're going to play
advantage.
Houston?
So, what's
You
that?
think they'll be playing?
They're
They're
gonna
going
play
to be playing Houston.
Well, if they
They'll
play
play
the World
Houston.
Series, they'll have 4 games. If it gets a 7-game series, they'll have game 1 and 2 in Atlanta, then 3, 4, and 5 in Houston, if need be, and then game 6 and 7 in Atlanta. And I man, Houston does scare me, but if I had the money, which ish kind of do, and my wife let me, I'd probably put my money on the Braves. If they make it to the World Series, I'd put it on them.
Well, my strategy as a gambling expert here, this is my strategy. If you really think the Astros are going to be there, you really think they're going to be there against the Braves. You really think they're going to be there against the Braves? All right. So you get 2
no
to
other
1.
team in the AL
All
that
right.
can stack up against them. There's just
So
not.
you get 2 to 1. So you get 2 to 1 on the American League, right?
Yeah.
You get 2 to 1. Now this is a fun bet. This is a parlay. This is not to be taken serious. This would be money to play with that you're playing with.
Are you prop betting?
Like,
or are you
no. Yeah, you're using the futures, and so you bet them
Okay.
to win the American League. You get 2 to 1. You get plus 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns around. Okay, I was reading. It's my eyes. My eyes are old. It says plus 500. You get 5 to 1 if they win. Excuse me, the World Series. So bet the American League, right?
Yeah.
Bet the American League, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then to cover your loss on bet the American League plus 200, right? To cover your loss on the World Series play. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if all they got to do is win the American League, and you're going to break even no matter what. Okay. Now, if they do win that American League, right, and they're there facing the Braves, right, now you can make a hedge bet against that 5 to 1, and you can bet on the Braves to make a little profit if you think the Braves are going to win. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can make an insurance bet. You could actually make an insurance bet larger than the bet that you're going to receive if you like the Braves that much. But you're going to get some. You're going to guarantee you some money coming back.
Yeah.
If you're right about the Astros. If you're wrong about the Astros, then of course you lose. You're taken out.
Yeah,
if you're right about the Astros, it's like you can't miss. If they make the American League, you can set this up so you can win some money or at least break even. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you're putting down.
Yeah. So
don't forget to do fantasy football there, Minnie.
Oh, fuck.
And our fantasy thing for baseball.
Excuse me.
Me and Tim tied 5-5.
What's the tiebreaker going to be? Or do you both lose and I win?
We don't know. Minnie won 3rd place. I won 4th place for my Misfits team. Thomas Brickner was 5th place. And
By
my
the way,
wife took last place.
I haven't played fantasy baseball in fucking 10 years. First fucking time I'm going there. I started out like the first month in last place, and I'm like, I gotta figure this shit out. Figured it out. Took a bunch of cubbies because they were out there for some reason, and fucking should have beat Kyle in the first playoff, but I didn't. But I won. It's hard to be a guy who's a commissioner in the league and who has 2 teams and makes trades with himself. But anyways, I got 3rd place, so I'm happy. I'm happy with 3rd. I'm happy. Tim, fucking Jesus, what a fucking I fucking love and hate that guy at the same time. But yeah, I took 3rd. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. But fucking stand by the fuck next year, because now I'm mad.
Oh, if
I'm mad.
Proby wants to play next year, he wants to play.
Good. And I still want to do a fucking baseball pod with him and you, like, just once a month or so. I don't know. You have to figure it out. But
okay, pull up fantasy football stats.
Fantasy football. Do I fucking have to?
Yep.
I actually no, I don't. I don't have to. I will. All right. So starting off, as per usual, Tacos, Ghost Monkey, my team versus J-Dubs living on a prayer. I'm getting smoked. Why is that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have a my lineup is set up to take full advantage of the scoring system that I set up.
No.
However, well, there's a couple people. I told everybody beforehand, draft accordingly, right? I did. I told everybody, draft accordingly.
Kind of hard to do when you're in a hospital, Hoss.
Well, hey,
man,
my fault.
I
just saying, but let me go.
It's kind of a dirty trick because you almost got to read the rules, bro. But
my guys,
and I just knew you were souping up the defense. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's all big play shit this year. So you get a sack and a fumble, it's fucking huge. You get a sack and a fumble, you return for a touchdown, huge. You return a punt or a kickoff for a touchdown, it's fucking huge. You get a 40-yard pass play, huge. 40-yard touchdown, 40-yard pass play plus touchdown, double huge. Like, I wanted to make it more exciting, more crazy. But the rules are the same for everybody, and everybody knew going in what it was going to be. Now, Kyle and Alyssa auto-drafted because they were in the hospital. Well, you can't complain. Like, I know you couldn't draft, but it is what it is, right?
I'm making do with what I got.
Yes, you are. You're going to win your first game this week, probably. But, man, I made a couple mistakes. I really should have started Alvin Kamara. I should have started Jake Reed. I did it. I should have started Richardson. did it. But I even looked at it, broke it down earlier, added up. I did some maths, as the English would say. I did my maths, and I still wouldn't have won. So it is what it is. J-Dub's living on the prayer is going to beat me. So he's going to go to 3-1. I'm going to go to 2-2. Fucking shit happens, man. Next one on the block is Kyle's team. Blame it on the crayons. He's 0-3, about to be 1-3. Mama gonna knock you out. My wife's team. She's dying on the vine solely because of Joe Burrow, man. He is just fucking her and has been fucking her over and over again. So, not doing welly. Kyle's team, Blame It on the Crayons, gonna get its first win. So, congrats to them. Next game down is Can You Dig This? Lunchbox's wife, Nikki, versus Pook. The Pook Dawg was looking good earlier, but Can You Dig This had AJ.
Hey, look who you guys let me pick up.
Who?
You don't see it? You don't see the running back? Look who you guys let me pick up, man. How'd you
Oh,
let me pick
okay.
that guy up?
How'd
How'd you guys scarf that guy up, man? How'd that even happen, bro?
I had him on my watch list, and I was
my
gonna
God,
pull the
bro.
trigger.
How's that happen? How does that happen? How do you let that happen?
I thought I was going to
How
have
do
his
you guys
ass,
let
and then I'm
that
like,
happen?
oh, you didn't get him. I'm like, how the fuck did I not get him?
Because you were
he
too
went
far
to
back on
Pook.
the waiver wire. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Pook got moved up. I moved Pook up on the waiver wire like multiple spots because I took Richardson from him. So he moved up
You
in
took
the
Richardson
waiver wire.
from me because I dropped Richardson.
Well, you dropped him, but Pook put a claim in on him too. But I was spots ahead of him, so I got him.
Yeah, that was then. This is now. Look at the running back I picked up, baby boy. Woo!
Yeah. He did well. He did well.
Win or lose
from my alma mater.
Still
how the hell am I going to
lose.
beat this score? What's the score they're going to put up? Even if I had
186.
A good day. Yeah, even if I had a good day. You just play someone like that. Man.
Well, A.J. Brown got her 57 points, 5 receptions, 175 receiving yards, 2
What are you going to do? What are you going to? I'm glad my team's laying an egg this week because I need them to score 150 next week.
Hey, if you get some serious pointage on your defense, because they are playing the Giants, there is a slim chance in hell.
Yeah, there is a chance. There is a chance.
Who says I got to play that defense anyway?
Because you're playing it.
You can't play the other one because you don't have one.
You don't have one.
Anyways, it looks like Can You Dig is going to win out on this one. That will put her at 1-3 and Pook at 1-3 as well. So it's going to be a interesting Monday or Tuesday morning is going to be real interesting when I look at this thing because I'll be 2-2 for sure, and a lot of people will be 1-3. It's going to be fun. I love it. I love this fantasy beat.
I'm like Aaron Rodgers when he was down a couple games. I'm relaxed, bro. I'm relaxed.
I don't stress.
When you guys let me pick up players like this.
Dude, we're
my team is so much better now.
4 weeks in, and we've still got 10 more weeks to go. Basically,
my team's put some scores up this year, even though they've lost. And now they're so much better. Now they're so much better. So much better.
You sound like Trump. So much better. So much better. So much better. Gonna win. We're gonna win huge. We're gonna win huge.
Pook's picks will be great. I'm making Pook's picks great.
Greater than ever. Just doing a little trolling. Combat Santa, which is Chris Benoit Bull's team, versus Oops, which is Pop's team. Pop's is only undefeated team, I think. He's going down though to the Combat Santa. Pretty close original projection scoring, but now Combat Santa had Josh Allen throw 320 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 17 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 2 40-yard plus passes, and 1 40-yard plus touchdown pass. And that's, boys, is how you win in this league. You just got to have the big fucking plays. He also had Devontae Adams do all right. Cook did okay for him. Williams did okay for him. Pops is going down. He's sick today, but I think he's sick because he's fantasy football team's getting the shit kicked out of him. That's why he's sick. But this is the highest scoring game of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, Yo Mama, Alyssa's team, 1-2 versus Mar-a-Lago Raiders, 1-2. Originally projected to be in favor of Yo Mama, but Mar-a-Lago Raiders behind the effort of Nick Collins. What the fuck? Houston wide receiver, 7 receptions, 168 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, 40-yard reception, 1 40-yard receiving touchdown. That'll get it done. Also, Derrick Henry. Man, I watched him play. I watched the Cincinnati game, of course, because I'm here in the nasty natty, the city of Seven Hills, the sister city of Rome. And so I'm watching the game, and Henry looked like he did last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. He just ran angry. He just was like, he had, I think, at least 2 opportunities where he could have done a little juke or a Barry move where he does that little, that little hop. And he's like, nah, just lays ahead. Boom. It's an offender. Like, he enjoys that. He's like Marshawn Lynch. He's like, yeah, I could break it, but I'd rather just hit you and hit you so your mama feels it. Like, and Henry went off, man. Had 26.88 points, 122 rushing yards, had a rushing touchdown, and a couple catches in there. He did well. Mark Andrews went off. So yeah, it looks like Mar-a-Lago Rager's gonna be the high score of the week, 222.52. Still not at my mark for the highest scoring game of the year, but pretty damn close. And the last game between Lunchbox Fartbox and the Full Metal Vet. This one's it was real close to start, but it looks like Lunchbox Fartbox is gonna win out because Justin Herbert or Justin Duck. Anyways, he put up 28. Who's the other big score for him? Oh, Baltimore defense. 4 sacks, 3 interceptions. Yeah. So I mean, sacks count a lot more this year than they had in the past too. So looks like Lunchbox is going 3-1. And there's going to be a bit of a logjam up there at first place, I think, between Pops and Lunchbox. You know who has more points. I have to look at that. But looks like Full Metal Vet's going to go to 2-2 and join me in 2-2 land. But that's your fantasy football wrap up for the Brittany Grinder Memorial League, which should be Brittany Griner, but somebody fucking couldn't spell. I don't know who that was.
I got to go, Mini.
All right, brother.
Hey,
I love you.
Real quick. And if we stick with these same rules next year, I will draft accordingly, obviously. But that being said, there's something wrong with the league where your defense is more valuable than a quarterback. I gotta go. Good night.
Yeah, I see how you fucking. I see how you did that, and this is what I think. Because unless you're the commissioner and you didn't volunteer for it, this is what I think.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares. Know your fucking place. Trash.
I offered it up. Who wants to be the commish? Nobody said fuck all, which is completely mental. Could have control over the whole league, set the scoring how you want it, trades and everything how you want it. All right, fine. You're going to make me do it again. Then we're going to have fun this year. And I won last year, so I can give a fuck if I win this year. Now, I'd like to make it. Did I win the first year too? So there'll be 3 years in a row if I win this year. I don't think I'm going to win this year. I went too hard in the paint with the scoring system and how I drafted, and 10A is fucking murdering me right now. I mean, he's getting like 13 to 18 points, but like, but got Alvin Kamara back. He looks like he's fucking a gangster, so I might start putting him in there more often, even though I was going to put him in and I was going to put, can't remember the other guy I was going to put in, but I was putting him in for Jones, and I was going to put in
I played the wrong defense today. I should have played.
I did too. I did too. I think if I'm looking at it again, I don't think it would have made much of a difference. Let's see here. Yeah,
I thought Miami was going to have a little better showing than they did.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, the Saints and the Buccaneers, and I didn't expect the Bucs to play like that.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I was literally sitting there, dude, the other day on Thursday. Should I put in Alvin Kamara? No, I don't know, and I couldn't get around it. Anyways, let's get into some like fun stuff about baseball and highlights and whatnot. And here is something that my dad would probably get a little upset with me about, but oh well. This is how I think things should be handled in baseball. They let people fight in hockey. They generally try to break it up in football because it's kind of stupid. How are you going to hurt anybody? You guys are laid up like gladiators. But this happened the other day, and Kyle, I don't know if you saw this, but Chad McCormick tries to interfere with the play at first base, and then, well, you'll see. The Alex Rodriguez is it?
Chaz was reaching out there.
Yeah.
Got him. Drilled him at 99 on the back. And McCormick was dealing that. Drilled him at 90. Got him. Drilled him at 99 on the back.
One more time.
Got him.
Oh,
Drilled
man.
him
When you hear it on the mic from the No, I've been hit by 90. It hurts. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. You don't. It is what I would call, the way he reacted is exactly how anybody would react. I don't care how big, how tough, or strong you are. It is come to Jesus pain, and it is you can't even scream about the pain for the first 5 to 10 seconds. It hurts that bad.
The back half of your kidney.
You're frozen. You're like,
yeah.
So yeah, fuck around and find out, right? Don't do stupid shit like that. Don't pull Alex Rodriguez and try and slap the ball out of a guy's hand like a bitch. It's illegal in the first place. Why are you doing it? So I was
laughing. I watched the Dodgers game. I think it was a couple days ago, and I like how they have the players mic'd up, so they can talk to them.
Yeah.
Well, the ball gets hit to the shortstop, Urias. He goes, "Hold on a minute, I got to make this play."
Oh, I have that.
And he's shooting his shit with him, and he still throws him. He goes, "What'd you think of that? Did I do good?"
Yeah, I have that. I'll play that in a second. Post from Sarah Langs. Go follow her on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. It's at S Langs on sports. She's my girl. That's why I have the Baseball is Best t-shirt, which has the ALS down it. She's suffering from ALS, which is 100% killer. It's baseball's disease, obviously, because its nickname is Lou Gehrig's disease. First person to be famous to be diagnosed with it. And she's a sweetheart. And my wife finally convinced me. Actually, I think I'm going to ask her to do it because I fucking can't do it. Ask her to come do sports shirts with us one time. But she put a post the other day. Most consecutive seasons played while receiving MVP votes. Henry Aaron, 19. Stan Musial, 16. Barry Bonds, 15. Yogi Berra, 15. And Miguel Cabrera, last season in MLB, 14. And if you saw it today, Miggy's parents threw out the first pitch. And Miggy's done. Miggy played his last game. And tip of the hat to Miguel Cabrera. Jesus. Definitely top 5 greatest right-handed hitters ever.
Last Marlin from the World Series team in 03.
Yep. He's a gangster. Yeah, fucking thanks for reminding me. Because you know who they beat, right? To get to the World Series. Fuck you.
People still come up to me and go, "Hey, how do you marry a Mets fan?" I said, "Because it wasn't Bill Buckner."
Right. What's some other ones here? We got some good ones. I swear to God, I had some better ones in here. I had some videos.
Show the Urias one.
Do I have it? Don't I? Do I?
I think I sent it to you. I put it in the highlight one.
Did you? Where is it? Is it the bottom? No. Where is it? Looking for it. I know I saw it. I've actually I think I played it too. I don't fucking see it though. Sure, is it Sports Church highlights or is it a Sports Church?
I probably put it in Sports Church. My bad. I'll find it.
Yeah, you do send it to me in the highlights one because I'm still looking, but I remember seeing it. Yeah, they had him mic'd up and he gets a
I just
wicked.
thought that was great. And that football game they did today for Toy Story on ESPN from Andy's room. I thought that was amazing.
Damn it. I just played it not too long ago, and I don't know what happened to it. That's crazy.
I'm still looking, so I'll go to the Banana League. Maybe it's in the Banana League.
Maybe.
That's probably where I put it, the Banana League.
Oh, so this happened the other day too. I want to play this for you guys, and then I'll play the next one after it. It was just pretty cool. Guess who came out of fucking nowhere? Remember, he disappeared, like they put him in Epstein's Island all of a sudden, and then he reappears and instantly starts fucking up fucking calls. Instantly, like fucking instantly starts fucking up calls. So here's Angel Hernandez on the third base side as an umpire. Bryce Harper at bat. Always a good guy to try and piss off, right? And here we go.
Try to get there this year.
3-2 pitch. It's low and in. Ball. Oh, they said he went around. Uh-oh. He's going to be out of this game if he keeps this up. He is out of this game. I got to tell you, naked eye, he did not swing at that. Dusty's going to stand in.
What's the over under of Bryce Harper in his last season just dropping a fucking umpire, just melting him? Like, what are you gonna do? Ban me from baseball? I'm fucking retiring. Fuck off. Like if I was him, I would do it. And Angel Hernandez is still around, and I was playing one of my last games towards the end of the year, and he was on that crew, which I think MLB might see this coming and not let that happen, but I would melt Angel Hernandez. Like I genuinely look, I get it. It's a hard job, but you really, really, with guys like this and guys like Phil Cuzzy, who's also a cunt, you are legitimately trying to get robo-umps in. That's what you're doing with these guys. And the reason why that piece of shit is standing there with his hands in his pocket, is confident, is because, Bryce Harper's a superstar, has got years to go and won't do anything to him.
Here,
at what point...
I'm re-putting it back in the chat for you.
All right.
On the highlights. I found it.
Okay.
It's from your girl. It's from Sarah Lang.
All right. That's where I fucking saw it. So it's in the highlight chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I just didn't know which one it was, I guess. Yeah. All right. So we'll get this going here. Hold on.
I put two in there. The one with the pitcher, Bobby Miller on Zach McKinley, is hilarious.
I hate Phil Cuzzy and I hate Angel Hernandez. And the overall point being nobody should ever know a fucking umpire's name. Like it's always given out at the beginning of the broadcast, radio or TV. And after that, gone. Should just go right out of your memory. You shouldn't know who these people are. You shouldn't. As a baseball fan.
Nope.
I'm not saying like in general life. I mean, they have families and everything. Like, duh, but not. I shouldn't know, Joe West. I shouldn't know Phil Cuzzy. I shouldn't know Angel Hernandez. Who's the other one? CB Buckner is another fucking piece of shit umpire. Like, absolutely fucking terrible. His strike zone is so just, when he's behind the plate, it's so inconsistent. It's like a schizophrenic designed it. All right, so here we go. Miguel Rojas mic'd up. Who is this? It's Dodgers Giants, so love that, right? So here we go. Fortunately, I don't have any closed captioning, so you just have to listen. But
what else are you using from Kike?
Yeah, so when Kike got traded, we kind of swing the same bat, and he got a bat from Marucci that I really like, and I've been like using his bats and his gets here, and I don't think it's been a surprise that as soon as I start. Sorry, guys. Need to make this play real quick.
Okay. We're comfortable.
Thank you. Well, not that comfortable. It's the first time doing this, but I have to make the play for Link. He's going to get mad at me if I don't do it.
No, that's the first time we've had that ever happen.
Thank you for apologizing.
Yes.
Well, thank you for completing the play.
Yeah, right?
I love it. It was awesome. Very cool. Baseball is the best, man. Baseball.
Play the one above that one.
Thoughts on Bobby Miller's fire?
Yeah.
All right.
Play that one.
Last one, then we're gonna call it a day because my wife's gonna shoot me here pretty soon. Hold on. I gotta let it kind of go through. Hold on. Let's do this way. See if I can get it right away. All right. Well, unfortunately, I can't expand it, so you're going to get a very small version of it, but you get the audio, which is what's important. So there we go. And a little bit of the visual, I guess. But here we go, kids.
Fuck up. That wasn't even on purpose. So here we go. Top of the third inning. Tigers up on the Dodgers 1-0. No outs. Runners on first and second. An 0-1 count to Zach McKinstry. And here comes the pitch, and boom! Right off the shoulder of Zach McKinstry. Right off the shoulder. That had to hurt. He's not happy about it. He looks back. He gives the fucking ball down. He's really pissed about it. He's walking at first, and he looks over at Bobby and says, "That's twice. That's twice." Man, shut the fuck up. That wasn't even on purpose. What do you mean twice? McKinstry flips the bat, takes off the arm guard, takes off the shin guard, goes to first base. Bobby's staring over there. Bobby says, "Get to first." AJ Hinch comes out. I'm not going to fight anybody. I'm just saying. Jeez. Yeah, I'm good. Yep. Mm-hmm. Zach's over there. Afraid to say something funny. But we talked to Bobby about it after the game in the clubhouse, and here's what he had to say.
I don't know. He tried telling me that was twice. I missed inside on a pitch and hit him. Obviously, it wasn't on purpose, but I'm not here to make him feel comfortable in the box. So that's it.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. That's fine. Like, you got to pitch inside. You pitch inside, you're going to miss. And when you miss, you're going to hurt people or hit people. And so it is what it is. That moron told Price, once you see the replay, you'll see that you did swing. Yeah. No, that was the most not swing ever. They say check swing. And here's the thing. There's no such thing. It's either a swing or it's not, right?
Yeah.
So
he didn't swing.
He didn't swing. I didn't even see his wrist break that far enough to even call that. But anyways, without further ado, thank you to Pook for hanging out with us. Thank you all for hanging out with us, watching us. Chris Benoit balls. Good luck to your Blue Jays, but I don't think he's going to get it done, at least past your first round. But who the hell knows? Nobody knows. Anything can happen in baseball. I love it. Love you. Thank you, man, for always showing up and contributing. Pterodactyl, I know you couldn't make it, but he put a good nugget out there. Unfortunately, I don't think I get to show up before Pook left. But it was with today's loss, Chicago Bears were the only professional sports team not to win a game since Elon Musk bought Twitter. So that's fun. We'll miss Pops, but we'll have him next week. Remember, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There's plenty of resources out there. And look, it's the best/worst part of the year. Baseball is on the playoffs. It's October, and we've got college football. We've got pro football, MLB. I mean,
hockey's getting ready to start.
Hockey's getting ready to start. It's the best month in sports. So get in there, follow your things. Remember, follow us on Rumble, Vet Revolt Radio, YouTube, Veteran Revolt Radio, Facebook, Veteran Revolt Radio, and X, formerly known as Twitter, Veteran Revolt Radio. Go to all those social media sites, please, and encourage your friends. Say, hey, follow these guys. They're fucking hilarious most of the time. And they love what they do. They're authentic. We're authentic. We're not fucking doing agendas. Nobody's paying us to do this. Our opinions are our opinions. And that's just how it is. Other than that, God bless all of you and have a good night. Kyle, send us out, and James will close us out.
Like I always say, anybody reaches out to you, just listen. I'm very happy my Celtics got Drew Holiday. Yay.
See what my Bucks did, though? Woo!
Yeah, we're the winners of that trade. We got rid of some
Are
people.
you? Are you? Because everybody else is saying you're not. That the Bucks are the next dynasty for the next 3 years.
Yeah, and then James Harden comes over there and your team's fucked. So I'm sorry. It's just like your Detroit Red Wings. You guys ain't shit without Russians.
Well, this is a good point. However, I will make a bet about the Bucks because
they're only going as far as Giannis's health. And last year he wasn't healthy and they didn't go far.
No, the other year they win a championship almost or something like that.
They did.
Yeah, weird.
They did.
Oh, weird. Oh, crazy. All right.
But that's also still when their minority owner was still the Green Bay Packer.
Yeah, but they still won. All right. We're good. You're good.
Yep, we're good. So send us out, kiddo.
All right, man. Everybody, we love you. Thank you for being part of the show. Remember, share us out wherever and however you can. Share us from platform to platform, from Twitter to Facebook, Facebook to Rumble, Rumble to Facebook, Rumble to Twitter. It makes a huge difference. Always leave a comment. Unfortunately on Rumble, the comments do not come through, nor do they on Twitter. But if you leave them, we see them, we'll acknowledge them, and we appreciate them for sure. But get over to Rumble, get over to YouTube, get over to Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Rumble, follow us on YouTube, and give us thumbs up on all our videos. Love you. Without further ado, here's my son, James.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.